Ladies, gentlemen, Octanes and Roadhogs, welcome to another iteration of the QRLS. Tonight is the final match of Week 7, and it is going to be a good one. We have the calculated division leading headhunters taking on the Bleacher Boys, who are looking for a spark of life here to crawl back in to that Savage Division playoff race. Joining me tonight is my good friend and colleague, Bearded 4L. And Bearded, we have an insane match ahead of us.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Little Bucket. I'm glad to be here with you in the booth. Like you said, quite a matchup tonight. The Headhunters are on a really good pace so far this season, leading their division. And, they've been playing really well together. And then when you look for the Bleacher Boys, they were probably my preseason favorite, and I think a lot of people's. And the season hasn't really gone their way so far, but, if they're going to make a playoff push, they kind of have to turn it around here this week.
Yeah, no doubt. And the season is not over for them yet, per se. They still have plenty of weeks to come here in the QRLS. And with that being said, Bearded, who do you think has the advantage here tonight? The Headhunters have been obviously on a roll, but the Bleacher Boys honestly have the most to lose at this point. Whereas if they don't start getting into gear now, their playoff hopes might start to dwindle.
Yeah, whenever you're facing a team that kind of feels like they're backed into a corner, it's always a little more dangerous. And as I said, the Bleacher Boys were one of those teams that I thought from the beginning of the year was going to be really a front runner because they're just so well balanced. With three high level players across the board. I really thought they were going to be one of the big time favorites coming in. So if they're desperate at all, that could play in their favor tonight. And for the Headhunters, we've seen Squiddy and Toaster just really on the same page all year with like almost identical stats.
Yeah, no question about it. And Squiddy, honestly, one of the bigger surprises of the season so far. Definitely a most improved player of the season candidate for sure. And with that being said, the success of the Headhunters kind of fell under the table as we didn't really expect this team in particular to get atop of the leaderboards.
Yeah, I think coming into the season they were kind of put to the back burner a little bit. Not that anyone thought that they couldn't play well, but just that they might not be in that upper echelon, and we've been proven quite wrong, really, I think, for both division leaders in that respect, to be fair. We didn't really think that was going to happen there with Clarity United either, so it's a great testament to the parity we have in this league that some of the preseason favorites are not looking where we thought they would be, and some of the teams that we weren't really expecting a whole lot out of are leading their divisions.
And Bearded, I'm going to cut it to you straight. Who do you think is going to win this matchup tonight?
I'm gonna go with 2-1 for the Headhunters. I've been trying to predict sweeps, and other than a few weeks ago where all the games were sweeps, I haven't been so good with the sweep predictions. So I'm gonna go 2-1 Headhunters here tonight.
And ladies and gentlemen, please go ahead and check out the prediction on the Twitch chat. Let us know who you think is going to win this matchup tonight. The Headhunters leading the calculated division with a 12-6 record, but the Bleacher Boys are hot and heavy and ready to get some dubs on their record. And Bearded, an interesting little tidbit, you mentioned sweeps. If the Bleacher Boys were able to sweep here tonight, that would mean the Headhunters would be tied for the division lead in the calculated division. After we saw the Gold Diggers take a game earlier in the week, they would still be winning the tiebreaker. However, that would tighten up the calculated division tenfold.
Oh, absolutely. With them coming into tonight tied with wins with the Gold Diggers, the outcome of tonight could play a huge factor in what this division looks like here next week. Like you said, if they get swept, they'll be tied and hold the tiebreaker. But if they're able to pull off a 2-1 or a sweep, they'll give themselves a little more wiggle room here next week.
No doubt about it. And still no teams mathematically out of playoff contention just yet. However, a couple that might come to mind are the Speed Demons and the Hammerheads, both in opposite divisions, but both at the bottom. of their leaderboards. And with that being said, there's no real telling where these teams lie because honestly, they've shown flashes of really promising stuff.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. Yeah, tonight's matchup, as this whole week has been, looks like it should be a really exciting one. We've seen a lot of good play from both these teams, and I'm looking forward to see how they match up on the field here tonight.
And with that being said, here, Bearded, we are just about 10 minutes to go until we get players on the field. This is the last match of Week 7 here in the QRLS. But this is not all you will be seeing tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We have the Week in Review immediately following this stream. You heard it here first, folks. Go ahead and stay on the Twitch channel after this match goes off the air, and we will be going back on the air right away with some huge news for the QRLS in the Week 7 in review. And as always, we'll have the power rankings and the player spotlight section to follow as well. So go ahead and make sure you guys all stick around after this stream because, Bearded, this is going to be a good one.
Yeah, no doubt. You don't want to miss any of the Week in Review shows, that's for sure. But tonight, I would recommend hanging on. A little birdie's told me there's going to be some big news, and you're definitely not going to want to miss it tonight.
And speaking of big news, last week's Week in Review, we dropped the bomb that we are going to be expanding by 4 new franchises here in Season 5 going into next season. And Bearded, how exciting is that? This is the first time I've had you, I should say, in the booth since that news has come out. Give us your honest thoughts and opinions on it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think for one second any of the people, such as myself and yourself, that started with the original Twos League were expecting 4 teams to grow, maybe at all. Never mind 4 in one season. It's really been quite the growth, and at a rate that was way faster than we expected. At least speaking for myself, for sure.
Yeah, if you think back to Season 1 here in the QRLS, we had 2-on-2 games. It was a twos league. There were only 6 teams. And now, going into Season 5, we are literally going to have double the amount of teams, Bearded, than we did when we started this league.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. And like I said, just how it all happened so fast, and the quality of the production, and it just all has come together so quickly. Really thanks to the hard work of the admins and our commissioner, our fearless leader here, Little Bucket.
And as we mentioned this, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting some more subs in here. Any of you that have Amazon Prime, you should be having a free subscription here on Twitch, so go ahead and subscribe here to the channel. We are now Twitch affiliate, and it helps us out immensely to see those subs come racking in. And don't forget to hit them predictions, too, with your channel points. We've got a lot of spicy stuff coming in the near future with those channel point rewards, so you want to save them up as much as you can for when we drop that care package on you as well. Bearded, we talked a little bit about Squiddy D and his improvement from last season, and he was on last week's Week in Review. We were the ones interviewing him, and with that being said, he gave a lot of credit to his new foundation, his new supporting cast in Toaster and Avoidable Clown. He also kind of gave a lot of credit to himself as far as like the work he's been putting in and the training and his improvement. We saw Alec Big win the most improved last season. How do you think Squiddy comparatively marks up to Alec Big's improvement that we saw last season? Because Alec Big was honestly a Cinderella story last season.
Yeah, they're similar, I would say. I think with the story from last season with Alec Big, it just kind of came out of nowhere. I mean, we all had seen him improving, little bits and here and there, but he went from, one level to an entirely new stratosphere in a way faster time than most people do. So it was really fun to watch from that perspective. I think with Squiddy, you've seen more steady growth rather than that quick acceleration that we saw from Alec. But there's no doubt that he's improved tremendously and is absolutely a front runner for the most improved this season.
No doubt about it. And we mentioned him and Toaster's stats are nearly identical so far this season, and they've both been playing at such a high level. And history shows in the QRLS, whether you like it or not, that this is a power couples league, if you will. And having those two playing at the level they're playing at right now is the reason why they're at the top of the leaderboards in their division.
Yeah, I think almost by force because of the amount of, so as you said, power couples that are around in the league. Two people almost have to step up every week. It's just a matter of whether it's the same two on a weekly basis or if they're kind of rotating around. And we've seen Avoidable Clown, really play a really excellent third support role to these two as they've been just really aggressive up front, playing really well together, and the chemistry's been there all season, which is one of my favorite things to try to look for going into any matchup.
Yeah, Avoidable Clown, obviously a contender for Rookie of the Season. Others on that list include RL Zombie. You've got Night Leaper, Joe Papa, Sir Bro Dude on the Speed Demons. There are so many players in this rookie class.
Yeah, it's been a real testament to the growth of the league that we've had so many new players coming in year after year or season after season, and being true contenders for Rookie of the Year and sometimes other awards as well, right within that same season. Avoidable Clown's definitely making a good push. I think if it were me and I were a betting man, I'd say RL Zombie would be the current favorite. But Avoidable Clown's definitely right up there.
No doubt about it. And the Superlative Awards and all of the All-Star selections will be happening very soon, ladies and gentlemen, so keep your eyes out for that one. We have the lobby up here, and we are just waiting for players to filter in. Just under 3 minutes to go until kickoff. There is only one match here tonight, but we are doing the Week in Review show immediately following the proceedings of this match. And with that being said, Bearded, this is the first week of the season where we haven't had two matches in one night.
Yeah, it's felt like, especially every time you and I have been in the booth together, it's felt like there's always at least a doubleheader, if not more. Um, it's going to be odd to only be with you for this short of amount of time. I'm going to be kind of sad at the end of it.
Well, we're going to make the best of it indeed, and especially because the QRLS always plays 3 games in their matches regardless of series record. So we are guaranteed 3 explosive games of Rocket League here in this match. The Headhunters, we can talk about them all day long, but the Bleacher Boys, man, you mentioned here first, everybody thought that they were the team to beat coming into this season, and now they're almost floundering.
Yeah, although I don't think they've played poorly per se, I wonder if one of the reasons their record is where it is that everyone came into the league kind of looking at them as the favorite. Maybe they might be getting everyone's best game every week, so to speak. Everyone likes to think they play their best each time, but we all know when you're going against someone that you've got a little extra motivation for, you find that extra focus. And I wonder if that's what's happening here for the Bleacher Boys. So they might just have to find a new gear coming into tonight.
No doubt about it. We will see, as a loss here for the Bleacher Boys could mean catastrophic things for their postseason hopes. Whereas the Headhunters are looking to get a little bit of an edge on not only the Gold Diggers now, but the 3 Rocketeers are slowly creeping up in that calculated division. And they were labeled as a dark horse a couple of weeks ago in one of the power rankings sections. And honestly, man, Zovri has been lighting it up.
Yeah, the Rocketeers made a huge move earlier in the season by basically rebuilding the entire roster, and it has been showing to pay off so far. They're quickly climbing the ladder here, and they've been quite a test for everyone they've gone against since that move.
And with that being said, Bearded, we are almost here. It is almost time to get going. You have the nice little eggheads in the stands. Another gorgeous day here at Champions Field, the home of all matches QRLS sanctioned. And with that being said, you predicted a Headhunters victory here, but no sweep. And the predictions have been racking in like crazy. And honestly, it's kind of been going back and forth. But we will see who won the prediction after this match is over, obviously. any last words here as we see all the players filtering in before kickoff?
Yeah, I'm ready for your prediction this time here, Little Bucket. What do you got?
Let's go, Bearded. We are going to take Bleacher Boys with the sweep they so desperately need purely for conflicting purposes and for good TV. With that being said, all the players are here in the lobby. We are just waiting for them to hit the field. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The Bleacher Boys taking on the Headhunters. And this will be one for the ages. Kickoff underway. Alec, Big, and Toaster now at the mid. Avoidable Clown with the cheat. I want to mention the Headhunters have done a lot of that this season where they send a second guy up on that face-off.
Yeah, you know, it can be such an effective strategy because you can really catch someone off guard if that ball gets dead stopped at center.
Alec Big looked for the double tap off the back wall, but nobody home. He just got there a little too quick, it looked like. But the offensive pressure here by the Bleacher Boys. What a save by Squiddy D, the aforementioned most improved candidate this season.
Yeah, it looked like we were going to have some pressure there. And all of a sudden now Toaster's trying to put the pressure on Alec.
Massamune now one of the league's good guys here. He is an admin, and he honestly has only been in the league a short amount of time, but we call him a seasoned vet. Nonetheless, what a save again by Squiddy. Give him his second save in less than a minute. Avoidable Clown up in the air. This has just been back and forth so far.
Yeah, it's a lot of back and forth. No one's been able to put real sustained pressure, but the ball has just been flying just like we expected.
Alec Big up to challenge. Squiddy D gets it by the defense. The back end is wide open. Does Mass get there? No!
Squiddy D is starting off hot here as we were talking him up for a most improved favorite. He's looking to try to lock that thing up early here tonight.
No question about it. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, a 1-goal lead here by the Headhunters, something they have seen quite often this season. And there's that cheat again. Squiddy D puts one on. What a save by Alec Big.
Yeah, Alec with a great save there. And now he's trying to keep the pressure on, but it's cleared out by the Clown.
Massamune now off the sidewall. Can't quite get it going. ZDL Pinky, nice angle there. Just got beat just in time by Toaster on that challenge. Alec Big looking to carry his team. Double tap opportunity. What an opportunity. But nonetheless, again, that's the second time we've seen him go for that.
Yeah, the Bleacher Boys are really trying to up the pressure here, and they're keeping this ball in the offensive zone.
Alec Big can't quite get the shot on. Another great pressure opportunity by the Bleacher Boys. This time, Massamune puts one. No! Misses near on the save by Toaster. Running up the sidewall now. Alec Big, nice challenge there. Avoidable Clown. Possible back pass. Doesn't get enough of it. ZDL Pinky looking for the shot. What a 50 there by Squiddy to keep this thing on. And now it is just a volley at the mid. Massamune can't beat Toaster. This is just back and forth.
Yeah, the pace has been electric so far in this game. Surprising that there's only been 1 goal scored with this kind of pace.
And now we see 2 players miss for the Bleacher Boys, and that is catastrophic as we see Toaster just ease that thing in to give the Headhunters a 2-goal lead.
Yeah, they don't come much easier than that for Toaster, and he wasn't going to mess with that one.
2-goal deficit just at the halfway mark of this match as soon as this ball gets touched. And with that, Bearded, not impossible to come back from. Massamune running up the sidewall, looking for a possible shot on. Off that back wall, Pinky's there, rotates in, good. Nice, dangerous pass here. This could be on. Alec can't quite get there.
Oh, they're up in the pressure again here, the Bleacher Boys. This is what we're looking to see from them, is to get some consistent pressure and try to put one home to get this thing closer to evened up.
And we see now the Headhunters almost playing a little methodically as Squiddy can't quite get there, and Alec Big squeezes it in with a little help from the post.
Just snuck in there. I thought for sure that was bouncing out when it first went towards the net, but what a favorable shooter's roll for Alec.
No question about it. Nice light touch there off that post, and the Bleacher Boys are back in it. Bleacher Boys down by 1 to the Headhunters with 1:55 remaining. We see now a game to be played. Bleacher Boys trying to put pressure on again. Alec Big can't quite squeeze it past Clown there. Pass back now. Pinky gets the ball. Beautiful demo to stop the offense.
Yeah, Alec was trying to be like Batman there and beat the Clown, but it didn't work.
Alec Big off the back wall. Great defense by Squiddy D.
Yeah, and this ball's going back into the Bleacher Boys end, but Pinky's there ready to clear it out.
Masamune can't quite beat Squiddy at the mid. Squiddy now off that sidewall, passes it right to Pinky, who gets saved by Clown on a beautiful shot. This one rolls up the wall again. Toaster can't quite get there, but instead rolls it to the sidewall. ZDL Pinky looking for a pass, can't get the second touch to bounce that thing off the back. And now Squiddy again running this offense, but Alec Big will not give up with 60 seconds remaining.
No, we know he's not the type to give up, and he's ready to try to even this thing up. But there's a shot by the Clown, just hits the crossbar.
As we see Alec Big try to air dribble there, it gets challenged by Squiddy D. Toaster now can't quite get the touch in the air. Alec misses as well. The ball's bouncing at the mid. Touch by Clown, great touch by Pinky, however, to keep that thing off of center's reach. Alec Big, 35 seconds, has to get this thing going for his team. Off the far post, nobody home as Pinky fields it. 30 seconds remain. Masamune. They need the ball on the other side here if you are on the Bleacher Boys team. And what a shot off the top post by Toaster. Pinky has open space. Looking to run this thing off the center. Pass. Alec Big patiently waits. Beautiful demo by Masamune. This is as exciting as it gets. Rolling down the wall. Nobody home to take the shot.
This is the last push potentially here for the Bleacher Boys. The ball's still in the air, up off the wall. Alex trying to send it out. Squiddy keeps it up, and it touches the grass finally for a Headhunters win.
And that was an exciting last 60 seconds there, Bearded. And with that, the Bleacher Boys are there, man. They look like they have that shot. They took more shots on net. However, they just didn't hit as many as the other side.
Yeah, they had consistent pressure all the way through. Really aggressive play by them, and the shots got saved. You know, you see Squiddy with the 2 saves. Each member of the Headhunters is pulling off at least 1 save. It's just really good team defense, and they had their rotations down.
And with that, Bearded, we see the Headhunters up by 1. This gives them a solidified lead still in the calculated division. They will end this week atop those standings once again. And now, if they win this series, they will have the sole record to beat in the QRLS if they get to 14 wins.
Yeah, that will tie them with Clarity United, correct?
Absolutely. And with that, do you think a sweep here has to be in their minds, especially when the next 3 matches for them, Bearded, are all inter-division to end the season?
Oh, yeah, no doubt. You always want to get a sweep, obviously, but especially if it'll give you the overall league lead in wins and kind of give you that cushion coming up with those divisional matchups, as you said.
We will see how it goes here, as the Bleacher Boys did look very sharp in that first game. 5 minutes remain here in game number 2, and we are underway. Can the Bleacher Boys even this series up, or will the Headhunters get another goal early? What a save by Masamune there to pinch that thing down the other way. Alec Big, nice kiss, pass to Mass, nobody home. Great pressure defensively by Squiddy D once again.
Yeah, and it looked like that was Toaster there that just blocked Pinky. It looked like he was going to have an easy shot, and Toaster came in out of nowhere. Didn't get credit for a save, but he certainly stopped a goal.
Masamune puts one at the top corner, but just a little too high as it hits off that back wall. And we are looking again for another Squiddy D save, as he has just done phenomenal on both ends of the field so far. Pinky can't quite get the save, as that one goes right to the nose of Squiddy D. And that was just a little bit of miscommunication.
Yeah, it looked like they weren't exactly sure who was going to be where, and Squiddy just kept the pressure on right up his tailpipe all the way through.
1 goal deficit here, the Headhunters lead. Game number 2 here of 3 games. We are playing 3 games regardless, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that are unfamiliar with the QRLS style of regular season play. ZDL Pinky defensively gets this clear. Massimune there, cuts it across. Toaster's there. Beautiful demo by Squiddy D in the offensive end. However, this ball's floating dangerously. This one might be on. Oh, what a save by Clown. As that one was on that far post, however, he might not have needed to get there.
Yeah, that was one of those awkward ones that it was just floating. You can't really get a great read on those, and you almost have to make a play just in case. And Clown was able to come through.
Massimune, nice little touch there to beat Toaster. Pinky off the back wall. Pass opportunity here. Massimune gets there. What a great team play from the mid.
Absolutely. It looked like it was hard to tell at first. It looked like Pinky might have been going for a double touch. I think he was. At the very least, he faked him out and made them respect the double touch, and it worked out as a great pass.
Tie game here with 3:37. Plenty of Rocket League left to play. We have Massimune win this face-off, but right to Avoidable Clown, Rookie of the Year candidate, who now gets it up to Toaster. Pinky with a great clear off that back wall, but Squiddy D can't quite beat Alec Big. Massimune now off the side. Nice pass across. What a team play!
An absolutely beautiful pass there by Mass. Just dropped it right in for Alec.
Did he get the bump here as well? No, he didn't. However, the defender was just not there in time. That was Toaster.
Yeah, that was just an incredible passing play. Anytime you can set your teammate up that well, all you hope is that they come through and finish, and Alec did.
Alec Big now. That's dangerous touch by Clown, but he corrals it on the 50. What great strength. You could say his car hit the weight room there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Alec Big pushing this thing into the offensive zone again. This is the first Bleacher Boys lead we have seen tonight. And Alec Big now has a little bit of boost, but not enough to get the challenge. Pinky with a beautiful demo in net. And now Pinky trying to corral again. Alec Big's last man back. What a clear there, as that one could have been a dangerous opportunity for the Headhunters.
Yeah, it looked like a rebound was coming, and that was going to be a problematic situation if Alec didn't make that touch.
Pinky now off that back wall again. He's trying to set things up for his team. Alec Big, nice patient shot, and it goes in! And the Bleacher Boys came to play.
Yeah, they were keeping that pressure up in Game 1, and we're seeing here in Game 2 the same kind of pressure. They're just capitalizing on all the opportunities now.
Just under half the game left here. 2-goal deficit. Still anybody's game, but the Headhunters need to score here, as we've seen them do so many times in the past this season, as they are now down by 2, 3-1 with 2:20 remaining. Headhunters running it up the mid now. That was a lot of space there, but Squiddy just couldn't quite get there in time, as the Bleacher Boys get a nice clear into the offensive zone and are looking to corral on this opportunity.
Yeah, that ball looked like it just took off on Squiddy. I don't know if he wasn't expecting that kind of power or if he just was low on boost. I didn't catch it, but
Mass with a great job fielding to prevent the shot opportunity on a nice pass by the Headhunters. ZDL Pinky off that sidewall. What a great corral there by Toaster. Textbook save by Alec. Pinky now was looking for a redirect there at the mid. That would have been a spicy highlight, but instead it is back and forth action. Miscommunication. Alec is last back, not the roll he wanted, however. Passes it down. Beautiful demo by Squiddy.
that was a huge demo, and we know the importance of those.
Demos run the world, Bearded, as we see another lazy shot, another save by Clown, as these floaters here, as you'd call them. Pinky! Bounce shot! What a save! Give Clown the savior!
Yeah, that's one of my favorite stats to see. I think we all know that.
Bearded was the inaugural all-time saves leader, if you didn't know, and Squiddy D says, we want this to be a game again, as he scores his second one of this game.
Yeah, Squiddy's been having just an excellent performance so far in both through the first two games here, and he's looking to try to even this thing up with just over a minute left to go.
Just over a minute indeed, as it is a one-goal deficit. The Bleacher Boys looking to put the nail in the coffin, looking to ice the cake as Alec couldn't quite get the touch off the back wall. 60 seconds remain, and now we see pretty much identical score sheets, just the opposite way here, Bearded.
Yeah, we saw in that first matchup that game was so closely played, and this is not much different. And here we have one going back in by Avoidable Clown to tie this game up with 41 seconds to go.
And Alec banged that thing off the back wall, and nobody was last back to stop that ricochet. And now it is a tie game here as Clown gets the tying goal. Are we going to see overtime?
Well, that is something we've become very familiar with here in the QRLS, that's for sure.
We love our overtime games here, Bearded, and we all know that. 32 seconds remain. Overtime might be imminent. However, the Bleacher Boys might have something to say about it. Alex puts one on. Nobody home. As Squiddy up in the air looking for the tap, and it goes in!
What an incredible touch by Squiddy there. I didn't think there was any chance he could get to that when he took off. And he just barely kisses that thing in, avoiding hitting the crossbar. Excellent read and play to give them the lead here.
2 goals in less than 15 seconds, Bearded, as we see these guys take the lead back. The Headhunters now on top. Bleacher Boys have to be sweating.
Yeah, you know, if they don't get a goal here to tie this thing up and go to overtime, that could be a real demoralizer, giving up the 2-goal lead like that.
5 seconds remain. It's not over yet. Pinky looking to catch off the back wall. No, what a defensive effort. And it hits 0.
The Headhunters with a great comeback. 2 goals to deficit with just over a minute to go, and they end up winning it by 1. Just shows you the type of talent that these guys have. Squiddy with a hat trick.
Squiddy gets the hat trick, and honestly, he has been playing out of his mind this series. We also see Avoidable Clown get the savior, and Bearded, the Bleacher Boys could taste the victory there. What happened?
Yeah, honestly, I don't know. They were doing such a good job keeping pressure up, and they had that it felt like commanding 3-1 lead, and I just don't know what happened there. There was a couple miscommunications. All of a sudden, the Headhunters just flipped the script with the pressure, and they were able to completely change the outcome of that game.
And with that being said, the Headhunters will advance to a 14-win record, but now they are looking for the brooms. They are looking for a sweep here, Bearded. Something we have not seen for a week. However, last week we saw all 4 matches end in sweeps. Will we see another one here tonight?
Well, my original prediction was 2-1 Headhunters to avoid the sweep, but the way these games are going, I am going to stick with it. I think the Bleacher Boys are going to come out on top here.
Headhunters looking for their 7th sweep in franchise history. Meanwhile, the Bleacher Boys looking for a redemption win here to get them 8 wins on the season. Kickoff is underway, the last game of the final match here in QRLS Week 7. Do not forget, ladies and gentlemen, after this match concludes, we have the Week in Review show immediately to follow. So stick around and stay tuned as we see Massimune get a nice shot there on the patient roll.
Absolutely. That's the first thing that came to mind, was just good patience there. He let that ball center up on its own. Toaster wasn't able to get a good read, and then Mass was able to just put that thing away.
1 goal deficit now early for the Bleacher Boys lead as the Headhunters looking to answer here and answer quick. Toaster can't quite get there in time. Mass is there again, but misses wide.
That was a really tough angle, but it's something we've seen him put away quite a few times in the past. I'm surprised he wasn't able to put that one home.
Alec Big can't quite get the center he wanted there. Recorrals it. Massimune slow roller. Textbook saved by Squiddy D. Squiddy now. Nobody home. Avoidable Clown takes the charge offensively as he looks for the center opportunity. Gets one. Toaster. What a corral by Mass, and it goes right in!
Wow, Mass is trying to dominate the beginning of this game here, setting himself up for a great pace for a hat trick and trying to keep the Bleacher Boys from, or help them to avoid the sweep.
No question about it. 2-goal lead and an early one. Not even a minute into this game, we see the Bleacher Boys take charge here early. What a save by Alec, but that is a dangerous bounce!
Oh, wow, that was an opportunity there for the Headhunters, and it just looked like they had a little miscommunication about who was going to make that final push.
Alec now pushing this thing to the other side of the field. ZDL Pinky, beautiful pass. Who's there? Nobody home as Alec Big patiently corrals it. Pinky looked for the redirect after the bump in net, but nobody home.
Oh, that would have been a beautiful little redirect, but tough angle there.
Crossfield pass. Alec Big intercepts. Pushing it offensively now. Possible center opportunity. Mass couldn't get the hat trick in time, but this is a slow and floaty ball in front of that net.
Yeah, that thing looked like it just wanted to go home, but no one was there to capitalize.
Massamu now all over the place offensively here so far, as he already has 2 goals. That could have been a third, but didn't quite get the jump he needed to corral that thing to the back of the net. And a beautiful demo in transition by Mass to slow that headhunter offense off near post. Pinky's there.
Yeah, we've seen almost exclusively the pressure has been put on here by the Bleacher Boys. The Headhunters tried to make a little push there, but it's already back in their zone.
And we have another battle at the mid here. Alec Big pushes this thing to the other side of the field once again, looking for a possible shot here. Passes to mid, but a little bit of miscommunication there as Mass got there a little early.
Yeah, they've been doing a really good job keeping the pressure on, but they've
what a touch by Alec Big!
Wow.
Pinky, though, intercepts it at the mid. Looked like he was trying to redirect, but instead, I almost thought that Alec's touch was going to be on.
Yeah, it sure looked like it. He came out of nowhere for that one, too.
Toaster corrals. Big bump there by Mass to stop that, however. Alec Big looking for the center. Nice touch. Bounce. Squiddy D is there, however, as Toaster at the mid corrals it, running it into the offensive zone. Nice pinch off the sidewall. CDL Pinky follows and is transitioning in his own right. Trying to get a pass on. Hits near post. Nobody home.
Yeah, I mean, as we saw here in Game 2, the Headhunters can score quickly, and that's what they're going to need to do coming up, because this game is under the 2-minute warning here.
Under 2 minutes to go. Indeed, as Mass again hits near post. He wants that Hattie so bad.
He's been trying for it, that's for sure.
Squiddy D trying to get the offense going for the Headhunters. Toaster now gets beat by Mass. What a great flick there over the defense to push it into the offensive zone. Pinky cranks that thing into the corner as Alec Big can't follow in time. We see now 1:10 remaining. The clock is ticking, and it is a 2-goal deficit. Mass with a great job to stop that thing, and Pinky puts one on!
Wow, great read by Pinky. Just relentless pressure here by the Bleacher Boys.
We see a 3-goal lead now here by the Bleacher Boys, and it is almost all but over. With 1:03 remaining, the Headhunters are going to need something spectacular here.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we've seen them do it just as recently as Game 2, so I wouldn't count them out just yet, but...
We have Squiddy D now up the wall with a nice save that we saw. Back wall shot here. Alec Big can't beat him in time. Squiddy now running at the mid. Wins the 50. Off the ceiling. Nobody there, though, to keep the pressure on, as the Headhunters look like they are settling for the 2-1. Your prediction, Bearded?
Yeah, it's starting to look that way. It's not very often I get these predictions right, so...
And hold the phone, ladies and gentlemen. Squiddy D puts one in. This might not be over just yet, but they will almost definitely need to score off the kickoff on this one.
Yeah, certainly. But as you said, they pull off a lot of those cheats on face-offs, and so we can see one happen really quickly.
And you see Squiddy D's there! Cheats up! Nobody home, but he missed wide!
Boy, I almost called my shot on that one.
Toaster puts one on. Big save by Alec Big. Ticking the way the clock is Alec Big as he puts one in for good measure to ice this cake.
Excellent job by the Bleacher Boys to not get discouraged from giving up that lead in Game 2. They came out here and just really put on a great performance to avoid the sweep.
Ladies and gentlemen, after this match concludes, we will be starting the weekend review stream at 9:15. Do not go anywhere, as at 9:15 we will be going over all of Week 7 and some huge news that will rock the QRLS forever. Ladies and gentlemen, we witnessed the Headhunters win in 2-1 fashion, but nonetheless, the Bleacher Boys end the night on top.
Yeah, we came into this expecting a back and forth series with lots of pace and excitement, and we certainly were not disappointed. We got everything we could have hoped for and more with this one.
Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I have been Little Bucket. We are going to hustle to get this week in review stream going for you, so don't go anywhere. And as always, we will keep it quick after we go ahead and finish our predictions for the night. And Bearded, obviously, the winner of the predictions were the Headhunters, who did have the advantage in a 58-42 slide.
Yeah, it looks like the chat came through tonight.
Without a doubt, ladies and gentlemen, great job by all of you that got this prediction right. You will be seeing your points filter into that box. And as I mentioned, you are going to want to save those points for all of the future spicy rewards that we're going to be having later on in the QRLS. Without further ado, tune back in at 9:15 for the week in review. You do not want to miss this one. And as always, keep it quick.